Donald Trump and former Florida Governor Jeb Bush have gone head-to-head in the latest Republican presidential debate. The candidates clashed over the war in Iraq and President George Bush's role during the September 11 attacks.
They lied.
Okay.
They said there were weapons of mass destruction. There were none, and they knew there were none.
I am sick and tired of him going after my family. My dad is the greatest man alive in my mind. And while Donald Trump was building a reality TV show, my brother was building a security apparatus to keep us safe, and I'm proud of what he did.
I lost hundreds of friends. The World Trade Center came down during the rain. He kept us safe. That's not safe.
Well, for some reaction to that debate, let's speak to Bill Fox, the editor of the Greenville News in South Carolina. And it looks like it really got quite fiery there. And what's your thoughts on the debate tonight?
Yeah, it was real boisterous. The crowd got into it in a big way. Jeb came out punching. Things got very personal between Jeb and Trump, and even Cruz weighed in a bit. So it was a very interesting debate and very interesting kickoff to the final week before the South Carolina primary. So the crowd didn't respond very well. You said it did get very personal. We had Trump referring to Jeb's brother, George, his dad, and people didn't really respond very well to that. No, and I think there were a couple factors there. One is South Carolina is very much a Bush state. George, his father, did very well here. His brother did very well here. So Bush has a lot of connections in South Carolina, particularly among the established Republican Party. And then I think, secondly, the crowd was not a Trump crowd. This was, it's not the largest of venues. I think it seats about 1,200 people. All the tickets went to county chairmen, party activists, elected officials. That is not the Donald Trump crowd. So I wouldn't read too much into some of the negative booing and hissing of the crowd because, frankly, that's not where Donald Trump's getting all his support.
Well, ultimately, then, who do you think were the winners and the losers?
Well, I think Rubio, in some respects, righted the ship coming out of New Hampshire, where he fared so poorly, particularly in that debate right before the New Hampshire primary. I think his showing in tonight's debate was solid. It was not robotic. I think he countered a lot of the critics and probably shored up a third-place finish in South Carolina. I don't know that Jeb Bush, in the end, is going to have enough to place third. And really, it's a race for second and third because right now Donald Trump and Ted Cruz, I think, had it wrapped up for the top two positions.
I mean, what do you think this could mean in terms of who could take the South Carolina primary?
You know, I think it's still Donald Trump's primary to lose. You know, he's hit all the hot buttons, national security, jobs, pro-life, immigration. That sales pitch that he has resonates with a lot of South Carolina voters. Not maybe the crowd that was in the Peace Center tonight, but I think on the whole, it's a very popular message. And he's still drawing huge crowds at his public events here, and I think he's got an insurmountable lead.
And in response to the shock death of Supreme Court Justice Antonin Scalia, they tackled that at the beginning of that debate, really. And I imagine a lot of them are saying, look, let's choose his replacement once the next president is actually in the White House. Right, yeah. I think some of them are realistic that clearly President Obama is going to put forth a nomination. And I think the best thing the Republicans can hope for right now is to delay that. I think it's probably unlikely that he could get a nomination through before the end of his term. It's a truly important issue for South Carolinians who are very pro-life, and the abortion issue is one that's really resonates with the voters here. So getting the right nominees on that court that protect the pro-life values of what allows South Carolinians to have is very important to them. So South Carolina, the Supreme Court justice would be a very important component. OK, Bill Fox, thanks so much for talking to us.